This grilled halibut with mango salsa is sure to be your new favorite go-to weeknight fish dinner. I'm Justin from Cooking with Coit. I specialize in clean comfort cooking. And remember, if you love this video, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Let's get started. Let's first go over all the ingredients you need to make this recipe. Halibut, mango, red onion, bell pepper, cilantro, limes, and salt and pepper. And the only piece of special cooking equipment you need for this recipe is a grill or grill pan, or a regular pan would be fine too. The first thing we're gonna do is to make our mango salsa. So let's start by preparing our mango. First thing we need to do is to cut this mango, and what we wanna do is we want to dice it, cube it, basically make it into small little pieces that's gonna go really well in this salsa. So the way to do that is, take a look at your mango. It's going to have a fatter side and a skinnier side. What you wanna do is you wanna orient the mango so that the skinny side is the one that you're looking down on. So this would be the wider side that I'm looking down on, and if I flip it like this is the skinnier side. And so the reason why you wanna do this is because the shape of the mango seed is such that it's quite narrow this way, so you're gonna get the most amount of mango fruit on either side. So that's gonna be a cut on this side and a cut on this side. So take your knife, and what I always like to do is I like to go really slow on this first cut, and I wanna try to go as close as I can to that mango seed as possible, so that way I can get as much fruit as possible. So there we go. I felt like if it started to get a little bit tough, I knew I was close to the seed, and then I edged out just a little bit. So that should give us quite a lot of mango to work with. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, so just flip it around, and again, go as close to the seed that's right in the middle as possible. And you can kind of just feel it with your knife a little bit. There we go, it starts feeling kind of tough, and that's how I know I made a really good cut. There we go. And then the rest of the fruit on the mango is a little bit hard to come by, so what I do is I just try to get as much of the rest of the mango off as I can. You're not really gonna get a whole lot off. Like, that's actually a pretty decent amount to get off, and then flip it around and then do the same thing on this side. So as you guys can see here, like, you can even see the seed right there. The seed is really all right in here. So you can also get a little piece off of here at the end, but again, you're gonna be surprised at how little you get off from the rest of the sides. And that's pretty much all we're gonna get out of this mango, so now you can give it a toss. And then the way I like to cut my mango is, and you've got to be careful with this method, but I really like this the most. Take a knife, put the big part of the mango in your hand like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to basically cube the mango as it's in your hand. Be very careful if you're gonna do this method. You don't wanna press the knife too hard down, or else it's gonna go into the palm of your hand. You could even put on, like, if you were worried about it, put an oven mitt or something in your hand that feels like it's gonna give you a little protection. That's totally fine. You don't need to be embarrassed about it. It's well worth it if you've never done this before. I've done this a bunch of times, so I have a lot of practice. So there we go. And then now, I just take it just like this, and then I cut the mango the other way, and this is what's gonna give us these nice cubed shapes. Again, just go really slowly and just be really careful. And then I'm gonna show you the most fun part right now. So now, after you've cubed it in your hand, you just take it and you invert the skin, and check that out. Isn't that really cool? So then now, all you have to do is just cut off cubes right off from the end. And they should come off and be already sort of cut perfectly, just like that. And now we're gonna repeat this process with the other big piece of mango. All right, now we're gonna transfer this mango into a medium-sized mixing bowl. And guys, look what I got. A bench scraper. I'm so happy. I finally remembered to order it on the weekend, and it came really fast from Amazon. So, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna like change my life. Oh, actually this one has like kind of a cool feature too. It's got measurements on the side here. I believe these are in inches. So if you ever need to kind of think about like cutting something a very specific length, you can always use your bench scraper to kind of mark it. But it's a really handy tool, and I'm very excited I have one finally. Next thing we're gonna do is to dice up one medium red bell pepper. And the color of the bell pepper doesn't really matter, so don't get stuck on that. I just think red is a nice complement to the color of the mango. One tip I have about cutting this bell pepper, so I like to start with the bell pepper essentially flipped upside down, if you will. And then what I do is I take my knife and I start making cuts this way. And what this allows me to do is to not have as many seeds fall out as I'm cutting it. And the seeds aren't like that big of a deal, but anything I can do to save myself a little bit of effort of having to like take those seeds and pick them up and put them in the garbage, the better. After you make the first cut, you can really see when your knife goes in about how to navigate the knife around the seeds. And there we go. And now you just take this piece, and remember you can use this long end here as well, so don't forget to cut that off, and then just discard this piece. And now we're just gonna dice up the rest of this bell pepper. Let's transfer this bell pepper in with the mango. Next, we need to dice up 1 small red onion. As you can see, this red onion is not small. I could not find a small red onion in my grocery store, so I'll probably just use about 1/4 of this one. And again, we're gonna dice it. All right, now we're gonna move on to our cilantro. So all we're gonna do is chop up 1/4 cup of this cilantro. I like to just sort of separate where the leaves are from the stems, and I'm just gonna make sort of a big rough cut here. And that's the majority of these big stem pieces that I'm not gonna want in my salsa, so let's just remove those. And now what's left are these smaller stems and the leaves, and these are just fine, so go ahead and chop these up. Next, we're gonna be adding our lime juice. So my recipe calls for the juice of 2 small limes. I am basing my small lime measurement off of this size right here, just to give you a reference. You could squeeze the limes by hand if you want and juice them manually, but I really love this little juicer tool. I use it a ton. Just makes everything so easy and kind of keeps the lime juice and all that acid from going all over your countertop, which can actually damage it. And again, we're gonna be adding the juice of 2 limes. The lime juice adds a really important hit of citrus and acid, which really brings this mango salsa to life. And now all you need to do is, I almost forgot, the salt. So grab just a little bit of salt. This is completely to taste. You could do 1/4 teaspoon if you want. I just do a couple pinches of salt here. And the salt combined with this lime juice really wakens up and really livens up this mango salsa. So now all I'm gonna do is just give this salsa a good toss. Now the order in which you do things in this recipe is actually quite important. I like to make the salsa first because I wanna give it some time to marinate and let all the flavors really pop. So now I'm gonna set this salsa aside as I work on the fish. One other note I have about this salsa is that it is incredible on any protein you put it on. You can probably even put it on veggies if you want, but what this salsa does is it just livens up chicken, shrimp, beef, literally anything you put it on, it's going to make that thing better. Okay, so now we're gonna work on our halibut. So first take some paper towels. By absorbing as much of the moisture off the fish as you can, it's really gonna help the fish crisp up as you cook it. I also like to try to get the moisture off of the bottom of the fish where the skin is too. Now we're just gonna season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and this is completely to taste. All right guys, so now we're gonna move on to cooking the halibut. So take a little bit of oil. You can use any vegetable oil that you want. I'm gonna use avocado oil because I kind of like using avocado oil when I'm cooking at a higher temp. So I'm gonna add a tablespoon of avocado oil into the pan. Oh, and one very important note. So the name of this recipe is Grilled Halibut with Mango Salsa. So grilled. Obviously we're not outside right now, we're not shooting at my grill. There's a lot of reasons why I don't wanna do that. The lighting's rough, the sound is horrible, so I'm doing it inside in a pan. You have a few choices as to how you cook this fish. You could do it just in a regular pan like I'm doing it now. You could do it in a grill pan. And what's really cool about this is that it's gonna give you the same lines that you would get on a normal grill outside. So that's a good option. But I'm just gonna use a pan because I honestly don't care that much about getting the lines on my fish. It's completely up to you. You can make it however you want to. So now that I've added the oil in the pan, I'm just going to add my halibut, and I'm going to start with the skin side up. Just gonna move it around a little bit to spread that oil all over the fish. And now we're gonna let this fish cook anywhere between 4 to 6 minutes per side until it is turned opaque throughout. One thing I really like about cooking fish is that literally on the side here, you can watch it cook. So right now, what I wanna do is I wanna let the fish cook till it's about halfway cooked through, and then I'm gonna flip it over and cook the rest of the way, and it's already happened. So look at the edge here, and you can literally watch the cooked side move up and the raw side move down. So it is totally ready for a flip. Oh, ooh, guys, oh my God. That was like the worst flip of my life. Hang on, let me try it again. There we go, much, much better flip. This halibut has been cooking for just about 4 minutes now, and it has turned nicely golden on the top side. Now we're just gonna let it cook for the rest of the time, skin side down. All All right guys, the fish is just about finished cooking and I wanna show you one other thing. So grab out a fork, and if you just give this fish a little bit of a poke, it should flake up really easily when it's totally done. So that's a really good way to know that it's completely cooked through and ready to be eaten. So I'm just gonna take my fork here. Here, let me do it on this side so you guys can see. As I push just like that, I mean, look how easy the fish is flaking, how it's breaking apart really easily. That means it's totally done and ready to be eaten. Now I'm gonna take this halibut off the heat and let me show you how I plate it. The one thing you do need to be careful of is that this halibut does flake up really nicely, but that also means that it does kind of fall apart in the pan. So just, might even break into a couple pieces here. Yeah, it looks like that already happened to me. So let me just take off one piece here. So you guys might have noticed how much skin came off the bottom. You saw me put that tablespoon of avocado oil in the pan. This is just gonna happen with this fish, so don't worry about it. You just try to get it as clean out of the pan as you can. But keep this in mind, if you're gonna grill this fish, it is gonna be a little bit difficult to grill, so just be patient and make sure you oil those grates. If you guys know any ways to help a fish not get stuck on the grill grates on a grill, will you please let me know in the comments below. I've been looking for a solution for this for quite a long time, and all I've figured out is just to brush the grates with some oil, but if you guys have a better idea, please let me know in the comments below. And now we're just gonna take our mango salsa and just put it right on top of here. And I really love to load it up, because this, this halibut has great flavor on its own, but it doesn't have a ton of flavor. So this mango salsa goes a long way to giving this fish an incredible flavor boost. And honestly, look how incredibly beautiful this plate looks. That's one of the other reasons why I love this mango salsa, and I cannot wait to give this halibut a try. Before I do, if you love this recipe and you wanna see more just like it, check out my healthy recipes playlist. Okay, let's dig in. This grilled halibut with mango salsa is so incredibly fresh tasting. It's literally the perfect fish recipe for summer. I hope you guys give this one a try. I'll see you in the next video.